Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel. We're looking to what's going on intuitively in the world, from the political to the personal. I have a Patreon channel linked below, and I do personal readings. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie and Corina psychostatus. So
Hello.
I'm here with Corina, and we have been making videos since the day after the election about our how do you say this? Our very consistent belief
Yeah.
and intuitive sense that KAMALA will be inaugurated as the right. Is that's about it, right? That she won the
hmm
election for sure, but that
Yeah.
there's something happened.
Yeah.
So today we are going to focus on something that I posted. Let me share this. I did a post just a couple hours ago or something like that about something that came out. So yesterday, it came out that this Polymarket is a betting site, and they do election betting, and it's a company that where Peter Thiel invested in them. And right before the election, there was a lot of talk about them because they would have these crazy numbers. They're very pro-Trump, and a lot of people were like, "Okay, what's up with them?" Because all these right-wing personalities keep quoting, "Look, these markets are saying that Trump is gonna win by X, Y, and Z," and it seems so crazy, the numbers, right? So
hmm
so then like so then the news comes out yesterday that the CEO of this company, the FBI raided his apartment at 6 a.m. yesterday.
Hmm.
And then as I was on Twitter, I saw this tweet. So this person pointed out that Polymarket had the exact same map of the results 7 days prior to the official results. And so I'm going to show the tweet. So this tweet here from Polymarket, it's from basically Elon Musk quoted this and said, "Oh, we only need a certain percentage for the prophecy to come true." So in other words, he's paying attention to the numbers. He knows, like the feeling you got is that I got is that, and I don't mean even necessarily a quote unquote intuitive feeling. Is like this feeling that Elon Musk knew the outcome they wanted. He was talking about it, and then it turns out that once the election results came in, they were exactly the same as Polymarket. So that's very strange, right? And then the other things to know about this is that apparently it's illegal to bet on elections in the US. Okay,
Yeah.
so the elections were placed by somebody else. So there was news. I remember, I haven't found it exactly. There was an interview with somebody who was the person. There was only one person who placed this massive bet on this website, and he's a French citizen. So then we saw apparently France is already investigating them,
hmm
this person, because what could very well happen is that somebody like Peter Thiel could have given money to this person to kind of say, "Oh, just do it for us," right? It doesn't. I don't buy it that it's just like, why would a random French person, right?
Yeah. It's like
Really,
making it look
right?
normal. Yeah.
So it's just so that's that. So then I got so excited also when I started seeing, there's all these you guys' comments were so encouraging, and also like it makes sense because here's this when I saw that Elon Musk had quoted this, it's like a confession. Okay. So
hmm
let's get started here on today's program here. Okay, let's see, share. Let me go back to that. I found out that I can. Okay. All right. So we have here, so today, November 14th. So the first piece of news we have here, right? So FBI raids Polymarket CEO's apartment and they take his phone. So that's part one. Okay. And then we have, this is the post I mentioned, right? Quoting this. And again, the important part of that is that Polymarket has the same exact election map results 7 days prior to the election as the current results post-election. What a coincidence. What an interesting coincidence. So now here is, let's see, I'm going to move this. Okay, I'm gonna move this here. So this is the final election map. We're just gonna see, here's the election map, right? And this is exactly the same. This is the map from Polymarket. So it's exactly the same. What a coincidence, right? Wow, what an incredible
Yeah.
coincidence. So just something to think about. And then, okay, oh, and this is it. So I'm gonna move. Okay, so you're seeing this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, also for the people out there, and well, now it's good. I just found this
Yeah.
really so nice.
There you go. Yeah.
So this is like this is Elon Musk, right? This is he's quoting this map, but this is hit. So this is his tweet. Just 2.47% to go, and the prophecy will fulfill. Ha ha ha. So given that he really acts like a false prophet, it's kind of interesting that he's just doing this ironically, quote unquote, right? And
Mhm.
so then we have now, by the way, Corina, okay, should we stop? Okay, let me no, it's saying just expose, put out the facts, everything you have together, and then you can ask the questions, okay? Because no, it's telling me, okay, so first. Now, this is from you know what, let me just kind of group all this together. 1 second. So this is the photo, right, of the Polymarket CEO at the RNC, but let me show you so I can move this. Let me make this. Okay, group this. So you could see this is a journalist, very reputable person, Teddy Schleifer. So he went to the RNC. Bunch of Silicon Valley folks here at the RNC this week as Republicans do better and better with tech. Here's a picture somebody sent me, for instance, a lot of JD Vance supporters. Okay, so now I just want to point out. Okay, hold on. Now let's go back here. So I made this little notes, put the little hands here just to show you. Now here's the Polymarket CEO right here. This is the guy. And this next, like, okay, so think about it. Who is across from him from the table? That's Don Jr. Like, in other words, he must be very, like, you don't sit in a situation like this. You sit next to the most important person, right? Unless that's right. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then we have here now Don Jr. and this is Ken Lowry. So Ken Lowry is a partner, I believe, in Peter Thiel's VC firm, Founders Fund. And he's a lot of people surrounding Peter Thiel are Republicans. And David Sachs. David Sachs is also a very close to Elon Musk. And this is, I mean, this is not necessarily relevant for now because no, maybe it is. So you may or may not know this, that Peter Thiel is part of something called the PayPal Mafia. So he was people who worked at PayPal who they're basically early employees of PayPal. So a lot of people, very powerful people in tech, come from this thing called PayPal Mafia, including, for example, the founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman, who's a Democrat. And there's a few people who are not right wingers, but the large majority of them are. And you could see here, so that's David Sachs. So Elon Musk is part of the PayPal Mafia. Peter Thiel, the PayPal Mafia. David Sachs. I don't know that. I don't remember about Ken, but this is what I know. So there's a connection, like a interpersonal connection, strong interpersonal connection here. Okay.
Yes.
Then we have now, here's from Politico, this is from a week ago. So as I said before, remember how I had said before that I saw the EU taking down Peter Thiel. And it's interesting that they are already investigating this platform. Okay. And then so that's the information that we have here about this. So now it's time to kind of start asking the questions. So and as I'm talking to you, Corina, I'm starting to think here, almost like because okay, I just went to Trader Joe's to get something to eat, some like lunch, late lunchish things, and then I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, we have the confession from Elon Musk, right? What he said the two here is the 2.42% to go in the prophecy be fulfilled. Then we have the maps, and we have the RNC across from Don Jr. So the question, I guess the question is, let me ask this, because that's what the assumption is also. Is this the map? Is the map that Elon Musk showed here, that 7 days prior to the election, is it the model for the election results? In other words, because that's what it looks like. It looks like Elon Musk the numbers beforehand. And also, that's something I forgot to mention, that Elon Musk then, remember how according to Joe Rogan, he was telling him that he had to go because he had the election results and Trump had won. There was an app where he could find out the results in real time, apparently. So, in other words, the question is this map, is the outcome of the election something, are the final numbers of the election before any recounts, right?
Yeah.
Something that what Elon Musk ordered, or is there a connection? Because it looks exactly the same, right? So,
Yeah.
so that's the first question. Okay, so let's ask it. So, is the map that we're seeing from Polymarket 7 days before the election exactly what Elon Musk ordered, and the outcome that we got? Let's see. And I get, wow, I get huge. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
what I got. I
I
yes.
saw I saw the overlay.
Yes.
And there was actually two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Vision I had of the overlay.
Yes.
There was two of them in his hand, and they're like watching up until it gets close. Which one do we use? They had it. It's the map. It's the same thing I saw. They laid it over the blue map. They had an overlay. Maybe I should clarify. I had a vision the day after the election when I made the connection with Elon Musk. I saw a projector that you would see where they use the plastic or the vinyl overlay, and then you can project that onto a screen. And I had seen Elon take an overlay that was all red and place it over a blue map. It was the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just see, I kind of want to ask it again in a different way. So let's see this. So then is this proof? Let's just say this. Is this proof? Okay, let's say that. No, maybe this is slightly different. So this whole raid on Polymarket, is this going to provide proof that Elon Musk ordered the result of the elections ahead of time? Does it make sense? Is this, in other words, is going to prove, is this raid on Polymarket eventually lead to the proof, any proof, that Elon Musk was the one who ordered specific election results? And is this proof? What is it? What is, or what is the a raid from the FBI going to uncover? Also, it's another question. Going to provide proof.
They already have his words, which are the proof. Now they're looking for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay, Corina, I see first. I see that there's like they're hearing, like they're, I guess they're tracking some of them already. Like, I don't know if there's a way, however way. I see, oh, interesting. I literally see that there's like microphones of them, because I see, sometimes when you hear something where somebody recorded at a party or dinner, when you hear the clinking of glasses, that's what I hear in this audio. Yeah, we're gonna do this like this, and like they were suspicious of these things. And so there's recordings. So it's okay. Is there really? Yes, they have recordings that they were planning ahead of time before. Oh, that's great. Like, this is the numbers. And then I saw also this vision where like they were talking about the math, like, okay, so this is how we want the map to be, and this is how much the bet has to be in order to reflect the odds, something like this. So there's a math, they had to create this math behind it. And then I see that they I see this, the guy that they found in France. So did I say, I think I already said it, right? That there was the people that this site is not allowed to operate in the US.
Right.
But that they found there was a French person who was placing all these bets on Trump. And they found that I see them say, oh, we found somebody who, and is in that place, who can place these bets, and we can place it on there, using them. And it will give the illusion, and it's saying the calculation. And I see, it's interesting. Okay, another thing that I picked up on, something that you just said, Corina, that is also symbolic. It's saying you saw a projector, but you know how when they say election results, they say projected winner. How they say it. So not just the projector, they overlay. He was the projected winner. That's what I see. See, how it's an image of a projector saying the projected winner. So we need to like have this X amount of, the odds is X amount of bets in order for this to be set like that. So okay, so that's
which makes sense. The other day when we were talking too, it's like they had to fix something right at the end, like they had to adjust some numbers or something, and they had to, like, this percentage will do this, so they had it projected already. They knew. They already knew.
So that's right. And it's giving me actually the assurance that in fact the thing that you saw project is they were figuring out the projected winner. Because really this does not necessarily backed up by evidence, right? So
Right. That's why we didn't say it.
oh, and
Yeah.
it's wow, I'm getting something more about it. So it's saying, Rosie, the thing they messed up with the ballots so that it becomes undefined. And so when it's undefined, it can't be there's something about it can't be challenged. So if
Right.
we create enough doubt and mess up enough ballots, then we could say, oh, this is the results. We got it. So this is
Yeah,
what they were
exactly.
preparing for. Okay. So then
Yeah.
wow, okay.
The
So
ballots, the screwing with the ballots was the smaller, the shiny piece of look over here.
that's right. That's right.
So the big thing, yeah.
So then I have a question about, so now I'm getting something about, so let's go back to the Elon. Okay, did we get, oh, it's here, but that's right. I just moved it here. So going back to the Elon, because okay, so here is the part where Elon talks. So my question is this is, okay, did I show it here? It's Elon Musk. Okay, so he's the one who, it's his tweet saying here, the prophecy will be fulfilled. So I know from observing, because I watched a lot of these people for years, I've been observing them on the internet. And so my question is he, because I have a feeling, I have a question, a feeling. My question about this is, was he, because why, first of all, why was he saying this in public? Because it seems so, it's like my logic, my rational mind says, okay, what the hell are you doing? If you're planning this conspiracy, why are you bragging about it? But sometimes they use these types of bragging things to organize with themselves. So was he sending a message to someone about it? Or why was he doing that? It seems so stupid, right, Corina? You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
why did Elon Musk post this? Was there an agenda, or was it just his ego bragging? Let's see. Was his ego?
Yeah.
No, it's saying he was ordering the batch to be meeting a specific math goal. He was saying that I see that there were people like they saw it, they're like, okay, well, then we're gonna put more. They understood it and they calculated and they placed it so that it would be
Exactly. But here's the thing.
hmm.
It does involve both because his ego and his narcissism is so big.
Mhm.
He put it out there in plain sight thinking nobody would catch it. That's
Mhm.
how stupid he is.
Oh,
So,
wow.
do
And
you know what I mean?
yeah, I'm getting also, Karina, on top of it, is saying he actually wanted to be able to brag to people and his friends, like, hey man, can you believe it? I did this. I got to
I
I
know.
said, wait, I got it. I fixed it. He's like, I fixed it. I feel
Yeah.
like fixing a match. That's it. I fixed
Yeah.
it. Fixed it, man. That's it. We won. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course, because it's all fake. Of course, it's not. They did not win. And I see the
No.
leftovers. I think I said before, there's these levels being pulled, and I see they're pulling to make sure it's this math. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They
Wow.
had to keep adjusting the numbers at the end.
Mhm. Yes. So now going back to because now my question is this. So they rated the CEO, because obviously the this it might be that given the power of the people involved, and given that you guys may or may not know this, that the VC, like these companies exist because of the venture capitalists. So they are more powerful at this stage than the companies themselves, because if the companies don't decide the VCs stop investing, then they probably won't grow. So my question is, so in other words, I feel like the CEO of Polymarket is the weak link here. He's the weakest person in this group. So
Yeah.
will he flip? Like, first of all, is there enough information from the raid on his phone that is incriminating? And number two, because I look at him, like I said, do you see that, as I was telling Karina
Yeah.
earlier, like just put him in general population at Rikers. How long is it gonna be for until he starts talking? 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, right? Look at
As
him.
soon
You
as
think
the
he's gonna be
band
like,
pulls
oh,
up,
yeah,
wait, take me
yeah,
back, wait.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll talk, don't take me.
Yeah. So my question is, A, what evidence do they have from his phone and or other stuff they got in his apartment? And then number two, is what is he gonna talk? Okay, so what did the FBI get from his, let's see. I see conversation with a French guy. Okay. Yeah, I see Peter Thiel. That's it. Like checking that. That's it. They're fixing, everything was fixed. The numbers were fixed. They did what was going to be displayed there as the bet and how much and who. Okay. And then, wow. And I see, I see directly saying, did you get the map for Elon? That's it. Did you get the map? They're saying, did you get the map? That's what we want.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's saying, so, but I have a question. Is there, I don't say confession, because clearly, I mean, I think not to say, I don't think this is the guy who necessarily changed the election numbers, but not, but what I want to know is this, did he know that the reason why they wanted these numbers displayed on their website was that that was going to be the final election? Does it make sense, Corina, what I'm saying? Because here he is sitting right next to Don Jr., right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, okay, so tell me, is he going to crack? Is he going to? What does the FBI know? What does the FBI see? And that's it. No, quickly, I see very quickly they have information. You know, I keep seeing Corina. They call, I mean, not to say, no, it's not because it's across from Don Jr., but I feel like they his apartment. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, you have a whole lot of cocaine over here, sir. Do you
Too
know how
much
much
for
time
one
you could?
person.
Yeah, it's like, well, do you know how much time you could get in jail for that? Huh? And like, there's just something where they find shady stuff. It's saying you're trading.
Yeah.
That's why there's some money. And I mean to say he's a very small fish in comparison to everything else. But I
Exactly.
see that they're like that guy
Yeah.
who can flip him very quickly.
Yeah.
And
And I know we're talking about that guy, but when we asked if we could flip, I saw Don Jr. The reason I saw him because I get the image and when he was doing an interview recently, somebody showed me a picture and it's like he was sweaty and his
yes,
eyes
yes,
were, I
yeah,
mean,
drugs, yeah.
he was
Uh-huh.
totally out. This guy would be totally panicked like that if by chance
hmm
he's being interviewed. He's gonna crack.
hmm
There's no way he's not gonna crack.
That's right. So I see, because I see that they're like, okay, this is you sharing. You got the map from them, and you're okay. So this is this is you fixing the game. You understand what that is? You're saying to them, okay, I got the map, I want to do it. So your website is basically a display because none of it is real. Oh
Yeah.
no, it is, man, it is, man. And it's like, so I see that they're like, okay, so you know how much time you're gonna get in jail for that. And you know what I see also immediately, that I see that they want to change the attorney. You know how there's something called attorney-client
Yeah.
privilege,
Yeah.
that Peter Thiel wants then to get him a new attorney so that he can become aware of everything is being shared, so that he knows what's
Yeah.
being talked. And I
Yeah.
see the FBI is onto it. They're like, okay, let's just get it all now, because, and that's, I see they really push him. And that's when I think he finally cracks and it's like, you're gonna go down for, at least for perjury, right? You know what that is? Like, it's like he's not used to this guy. Clearly, look at him, like, oh my God, oh my God. And I do think does drugs. I mean, really, look at him and Don Jr. I'm not saying again,
Yeah.
Don Jr. don't have, but something about it, and I was saying something about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so let's go back here. So yes, he shows that he was ordered to get these numbers delivered this specific way. And it's saying he
Yeah.
was that, wow, and he shares this, had a conversation with Peter Thiel about what Peter Thiel wanted for the election, that he wanted this prediction market to exist to show people that they could bet on the election. That's right. So it was pre-ordered. Yes, I
Oh
feel
my God, that makes so much sense.
right. And by the way, it's a long story, but I've studied Peter Thiel, and he has an interesting obsession, something called game theory. Something about, it's part of mathematics, that if I, and also it's like a behavioral economic. It's complicated. It's like it's this part of economics that has to do with human behavior. So a long story. The right wingers
Wow.
like that a lot
Wow.
for whatever reason. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I guess now this is part one. So I see that very quickly in a few days they get it, and they get the guy to flip it. The second part of it goes back to Elon Musk. So do they have so they have evidence, yes, saying that Elon Musk ordered the numbers to be, this is the numbers. Now,
Yes.
right? There was the numbers on the
Yeah.
website. Now the question is, do they have then evidence that Elon Musk, wow. So it's saying, Rosie,
Yeah.
they have this is what's damaging about it, is that Elon Musk picked the results of the election, essentially.
Exactly. And it's the essence. I get this massive essence of, it's so brazen that,
Mm-hmm.
remember, Trump drew on a map with a Sharpie,
Mm-hmm.
like the hurricane was over here. It's so brazen, like he
Mm-hmm.
just drew up the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
That's right.
arrogant and brazen. So yes, they have the proof.
Yes, that so I guess this is so, because then it's saying, now, do they have the proof? This is the other part of the question, that he ordered, like, okay, maybe, I guess, how did Elon, because, okay, so did he tell the hack, like, who decide? Okay, maybe this is it. Who decide? Because the numbers. Oh, it's saying, Rosie, remember you said that Elon Musk is to blame. That the Russians are really, they were up in arms from the beginning. Because, oh, that's is why that they did. They're like, no, you can't have numbers like that. You need to have something somewhat believable. This is not
Yeah.
believable. Oh, that makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
That, okay, so that he was like, no, I want it to be like, huge, man, huge. And
Yeah.
so they're like, no, you can't. They're like, okay, whatever. So is he the one? So how did it happen? How did he? So I have a question. So in fact, was Elon Musk the person who chose? Yes, it's saying yes, he chose
Yeah.
the results of the election. That's it.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's
But,
why they screwed it up.
oh,
That's why
that's
they
it.
screwed it up.
Oh,
Their
wow.
egos were so big, they just outdid
That's
it.
it. What?
They defied the Rush. Actually, they defied their orders. Oof,
So
oof.
how,
I just picked something
I
for
guess
later.
so
Oof.
so what was the role? Because, this is a question I have, because we did see the satellite in the connection to the GRU, the hackers being upset at them, right? But who,
Mhm.
so how is the number? Because because what I got also is that the people who got, like, um how do you say it? The people that got
Oh, I just got ahead.
the people, so who, does it make sense? I want to know who has the control. So who switched the numbers? Like, what role did the GRU play in the numbers, really? Well, because you know what I thought it was? It was that they had voter information, because it's something they've had for years, since Cambridge Analytica, right? This is the data that they
Mhm.
got about
Mhm.
the American voters. So what role did they play, and could they have had the control over? Who had the control of the numbers? Was it who changed the numbers? How did it?
I'm going to say something and see what
Go ahead.
you get. Because
Go ahead.
I'm picking up that it's the Russian intel. They had their orders of what they were supposed to do. Okay. They had the margins. Here comes Trump and Elon. And I can see this conversation. Elon wants to be pardoned here he knows what crimes he's committed. He needs a safe place in the US. So if Trump's could pardon him, Trump was like, I want to be king. I want it all. I want to win
Mhm.
I want it all red. So that's his and Trump's thing. And he went against his orders because of their two little narcissistic egos.
Mm.
They wow. So I don't know how you feel on that. That could be, you could pick up something totally different.
Okay.
But that was just the impression I got. And you know why I think that? Because I saw when I see him jumping on that stupid stage, and when I see that, that's what comes to me. That's that whole he's the fix. The fix is in. We're going to be kings. We got the prophecy. The prophecy will be fulfilled.
So,
Wow.
okay, so then I was asking, as you were saying this, I asked, so why him? Why was he allowed to be the one who just said the numbers? And he said this because the satellites were the most important part of it. Without it, they
Yeah.
would not have been able to make the connection.
Right.
So, so they needed, and he's saying that, just as, remember how Elon Musk was able to cut the whatever it was, the transmission from the satellites in Ukraine when there was a battle, and he basically, like, remember the stories
Yeah.
that he stopped these
Yeah.
satellites that the troops needed in Ukraine when Russia was like, there's this battle going on, we don't want it. So then he complied and did what the Russians asked. He even contacted one of the Russian ambassadors known, it could be possibly who says he's a, sometimes they are actual spies pretending to be diplomats, but long story. But the point is that he did what the Russians wanted. And it tells me this, that in that company, the people, like there's some of his quote unquote special projects only he has access to, and it's saying they would need, that's why he had to be the one in charge, because otherwise other people would know about it. And that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. So like the information, it's like he had the key to the door, like almost like this, like the palace of information, something like this,
Mm-hmm.
where they
He's
would
the
think without it, it just wouldn't flow, it wouldn't be laundered. That's right, the thing wouldn't be laundered back to the saying back to the centers. Well, that's right. Oh, and I see this image that you saw, projector, like projected winner. So we give
mm-hmm.
the information that he is the projected winner. That's it, projected winner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me how, so then is that why he, oh, okay, that's right. So then they had the hubs, we talked about it, the hubs in these,
Mm-hmm.
there's several areas of the US where they had these hubs that got the data back, that they would say, okay, here's the results. But way before it didn't matter really, because that's the point. It didn't matter that the votes weren't counted because that wasn't the point. The point is that it creates,
Exactly.
it's fiction. The numbers are fictional, essentially, right?
Yeah.
It comes out of his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. And that's why they had to do it so quickly, because it's so far gone. They had to declare the winner quickly. They
Wow.
had to.
Oh, wow. So then I have a question, Corina, because that's the ultimate. So was the government
We just
listening in? Okay, say yeah, you can say it now, right? It's okay. They're saying it's okay. Is the government listening in on Elon Musk on this? Because I kind of feel like it could have been. Because
mm-hmm.
does it make sense? Like, do you get like how they
Mm-hmm.
monitoring him during the election, like on the election night or something?
Mm-hmm.
What was this story? So does it make sense? Because first
Yes.
we determined already that the Polymarket map is a thing, is real. Now the part of him ordering these election results.
Yeah.
So does it make sense? Like, how did
Mm-hmm.
they know?
Mm-hmm.
How did they know? Because I'm starting to get the feeling that the government may have known while it was happening that he was pushing the results a certain direction. But I
Yeah.
don't know, is
They
this
had to
true?
let it play out. They had to let it play out so they could have the proof.
But what I'm asking here,
They
because
knew.
they knew, right? So it's
They
saying, oh,
knew.
wow. And it's saying, it tells me something
Oof.
else before. It said, Rosie, remember when you said that the government had warned Elon Musk through that Wall Street Journal article that said that he was having conversations with Putin? Remember that it came out a week before the election, something like that, that Elon Musk was talking to Putin and had been talking to Putin for a while. This was in the press in the US, right? That this
Yeah, I mean it's facts.
So it's
So
saying
yes.
this, and it's saying this was a warning for him that we were looking. That
Mm-hmm.
how did we know? It's like, oh no, nothing happened. So then how is like that's right. It's saying because he always saying he has a top security clearance, first of all, which
Exactly.
and then so that's number one. Number two is this is a very delicate situation. Oh, and wow, it's also telling me that we were getting word from our allies in the
Mm,
intelligence that they
yeah.
had picked up conversations about Elon Musk bragging about the US election.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's
It's funny.
exactly.
I see the head of NATO telling, wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's great. Wow, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, whoa.
The whole time you're talking, I'm hearing ping, 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 ping. They had all this intel from all over.
So
This
it's
has been, yeah, they've been building this for a while.
wow. So okay, so then going back to, of course, we see a lot of questions or comments in
Yeah.
on channels saying like, oh, Rosie, so how does the government know about this? Have they figured out to say, oh yeah, girl, they do. And it's saying this is why they move so quickly. Because if you think about it today, the election, so it's been a little bit over a week, but the
Yeah,
fact that they already went into the guy's house, think about how long it would have taken if they just had started looking into that betting site.
exactly. Exactly. They have to wait for the dust to settle and think this is, happening.
Wow.
And it is, it's proof. What we've been saying is actually starting to happen.
Wow.
And when you look at that picture, and you see all the players in that picture, I mean, who can say that that's not linked together?
Okay,
It's so
wow. Okay, so then, wow. Okay, so then, okay, let me go back here because I'm getting something here. Okay, so it's saying, so you know what I see, Corina, that's crazy. I see, wow, I can't even believe is America. Like I see Biden making a speech to the nation and Merrick Garland on doing the DOJ's, somebody with a tape. Lori, there are tapes of Elon Musk saying, ha ha ha, we got this percentage. He's saying the numbers he wants on tape.
yeah,
And then that's why, okay, so that's, you can't fake it. That's right. There's have so much evidence that you can't fake it. That's right.
exactly. And that's
Oh,
what, you can only bring this stuff down if you have the evidence. So that's what we all have to understand. They're gathering, like I said before, we have to prove, not accuse.
wow.
So keeps coming back. We have to get the proper evidence.
So
And he said it. He pretty much he made their job really kind of easy because it's like they pretty much give them a roadmap to their crimes.
So while this is happening, where's Trump? Okay, is he aware? Was he told that his numbers were gonna be like, I'm sure he was told, right? But I,
Exactly. Listen to his words before the election.
saying,
You know,
he tells me that's the secret, Rosie. That
exactly. And
okay,
remember, the enemy is within. The enemy is within, he would say.
in other words,
Yep.
it's a confession, right? Like,
Yeah, him and Elon.
wow. So
And
okay,
yeah, he knew.
so wow, 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 wow. So he knew, that's right. They were, but it's so interesting, Corinne, that I'm getting. It's like, wow, I'm like, it's fascinating that in some ways the crime itself, of course, Trump was part of the conspiracy. He knew about it, but the person who made it happen is more to blame than Trump himself in a way. Does it make sense?
It makes sense because look how I've always seen Elon going first.
Wow. But it's saying but now I see that's why it's so serious. Wow.
Mhm.
When I saw the big airplane, like him in the airplane and all the guns with all those men in like black and the masks and everything. Wow.
Yeah, I know this isn't petty theft we're dealing with. You
Oh, it
know,
tells me this, Rosie, this is why they'll be able to reveal information fast because they have been investigating for a long time. And they
yeah,
just, sorry, they needed them. Oh, makes sense. They needed them to go through with it because
exactly.
it's saying it would be harder because, given, for example, the Supreme Court, right? It's like, okay, we have a case where they're planning something. They didn't do it, but they're planning. That's different from like,
Yeah, you can't put it away.
this is like, here's you caught in the act and you did it and here's the results.
Hmm.
And I see, it tells me again the thing you saw, projected winner, projected winner, because that's what they couldn't really. It's saying, so that they're saying the role of the ballots is to create a mess, to prevent the truth,
Hmm.
to make it harder to find out the real numbers.
Exactly, because people would be so concerned about all the mess with the ballots, they wouldn't be looking up in space at a satellite for their trickery. That's the attitude. But guess what? Elon's a sloppy builder.
Wow, my God. That's crazy. So I'm getting
It is crazy. It is crazy. It
okay.
is.
Wow, I'm getting wow. So I got this message from Sarah, like saying like we vomited out. That's it. Came out of you. That's it. That's the
Yeah.
information.
I
Wow.
mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we're just as flabbergasted about all these dots. We're not, but it's like so exciting when we get the valid
No,
proof
I'm
of what
still,
we
but I
see.
I am going to listen to it again once it posted because I'm like,
Yeah.
what did I really hear this? Did I say what I just said? Was it real?
It's
Yeah.
so it's so on point. It's so on point.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, is right.
It's saying it's good. This saying I see takes itself out. So wow, wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
Here comes the garbage truck.
Well, okay, and then I'm having I sometimes I have this like I start formulating a question and then get an answer before I say it. So I had this question. I thought to myself, wait, so is it safe? They're like, Rosie, we want you to start talking about it to get people ready for it. Wow. So it's
Yeah,
okay. It's done,
yeah,
it's safe. It's
Has
safe.
to get out into the consciousness. Yes.
Oh, and then okay, then there's one. Okay, one more question here. How are Elon, so which is very interesting, right? So I think we answered this question. What does it mean in the big scheme of things? We answered that, right? For sure. What about this? How are Elon and Trump feeling about the news of the FBI raid on the Polymarket CEO? Okay, so how are Elon and Trump feeling about? I see Elon doing drugs. Okay.
Yeah. You know that weird laugh Tucker Carlson has?
Yes.
That's what I just heard Elon, like it's a
Yeah.
scared laugh.
Yeah.
It's a scared laugh.
Wow. And I see him doing drugs. He's like, ah, whatever. He does drugs. Like, whatever. I did it, man. I'm proud. Or did it? Let's say, did he confesses? Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah. And it's saying, just like serial killers, apparently they love to like brag about it. That's how you catch them, because they love to be like, hey, I did it.
Exactly.
I sent a note to the newspaper and like garbled letters because I did it, and like you can't catch me. But it's saying because their ego is like that. It was saying the same with Elon. In a way, in his mind, he wants to be caught because he wants to brag about having done something so big.
They're chomping at the bit to tell everybody exactly what they've done because they're so proud of it and their ego is so big that usually when they do stuff like that, they have to tell everybody and they can't tell anybody. But this goes against their grain and they're gonna spill. They're already doing it. They're already spilling it. They can't contain it because they can't contain their ego.
So, wow.
That's pretty. And isn't that always the way they always bring themselves down? I mean, in the end,
Wow.
isn't that pretty much a narcissist?
Yeah, and it's saying, and I
then
I see the site, the image of the card site cutting all the contracts with the U.S. government, all his businesses, everything is cut out.
Yep.
Like basically, he's done a crime that is like, I don't know what comparison, what kind of this is like. It's going to be known in the books. Like he's, I think. Go ahead.
Sorry, you don't know this detail, but this is, when I saw Gru, the reason I thought I was seeing him was because the crime Gru tried to commit was he was trying to steal the moon. Well, what bigger crime is there in the world than trying to steal the moon? Trying to steal a country in our election. So that's why I kind of thought he was there. But it's the biggest crime around. It's the biggest crime is stealing another country's election because it wasn't ours they're just working on. It's everyone. And that there's proof around the country with even just listening to people's comments. There's proof of the right wing in other countries already. So this isn't just, America's thing. So this is very big.
So, and I see that she was like, relax now, girls, you did it. You got it off your chest, but for us, say, thank you for sharing. They're like, thanks for sharing. Like, wow, 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 wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Check box. Wow. That was big.
So I get this. Do you get this feeling, Corina? That's what I get, that we can stop recording soon. That's what they wanted us to share.
I think that's plenty of information.
Wow. Okay. So we're gonna pause recording, stop recording. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So hold on. Where is it? At the movie line. Oh no. Resume, stop share. Okay. No. End. No. No. Cancel. Stop